Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I did not film yesterday because I don't know if you guys can see on camera right now, but I have this like red patch that's right here and I also have it on this side. It was like inflamed yesterday. I shaved my face and I don't know if like my razor was going bad and I just needed to replace it, which I did. I had an extra one, but it's like dry and tender, girl. I hope I don't got like eczema. So the first person that I want to talk about is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. We have not talked about Gypsy Rose Blanchard in a good long while on this channel. I gave y'all a little bit of a break, but she has finally come out and admitted to what we all already knew, is that she was back with her ex-fiance and that she fixed her teeth and she also got a nose job. Well, she's doing like a little press tour, I guess, for that reality show that she has coming out that involves the ex-husband. She is back to posting over on TikTok on her verified account. Can we just be real for a second? In my opinion, allegedly, the reason that Gypsy Rose Blanchard actually stepped away from social media, I remember, it was because she was leaving the husband. She was going to be getting a divorce. She just needed privacy and she couldn't take the scrutiny on social media anymore. Y'all, I think the ex-husband shit was nothing more than a little bit of promotion for that television show that was coming out. Because remember, we were told that if we watch the show, we're going to see how everything played out. I'm not really interested in that, but I think that she used the husband again just to cover for the fact that she was having plastic surgery and getting her teeth done, and that she didn't want to be on social media during her healing phase. Well, it looks like Gypsy Rose might be going on the canceled podcast, or at least she's going to be appearing on it in some way, because Tana shared a screenshot of her and Brooke on a FaceTime call with Gypsy Rose. And then on top of that, the lady that's always like boasting about being James Charles' best friend, she actually did Gypsy Rose's makeup. So I'm wondering, do you guys think as well, do you think that Gypsy Rose is going to meet up and collab with James Charles? Would Gypsy Rose get a pass for collabing with James Charles, or do you think she would be held to the same standard as other people that are still collaborating with him? Y'all, we have not had a brand canceling itself in a good long while, and I don't know if you guys have seen what is going on with Youthforia right now, but baby, I don't think anyone's going to be shopping from them anymore. So last year, Gloria over on TikTok made a video trying out the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation, and it was way too light with her, like not inclusive at all from the brand. So they made some bullshit apologies saying they were going to work on themselves, they were going to try to do better, they were going to try to be more inclusive. Interesting enough, I cannot find the original apology video from the brand owner of Youthforia. It has been deleted off TikTok. I'm assuming the stitches and response from people was not good. Well, we are in the year 2024 and Gloria tried out the new darkest foundation from Youthforia. They literally jumped from one number and went all the way to 600, nothing in between. And we have over the years seen many a brand get called out for their piss poor shade ranges and them try to come up with some solution and try to fix. So you guys remember Beauty Blender? Well, the solution from Youthforia was literally just to release black pigment.
Which side of my face is the black face paint or the Youthforia foundation? You can't tell. You know why? Tar in a bottle. This is jet black face paint, and this is the darkest shade of the Youthforia Date Night foundation. This is black face paint. This is the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. A few months ago, I tried the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. This is what it looked like on me. I'm gonna apply some of the foundation on this side of my face so you guys can see. Let's just go ahead and try to blend this out, you guys. Enough. Who is that color? I'm gonna wipe this off and let me put the paint all over my face. I'm literally just going in with the face paint. We're gonna do some painting, and let me just go ahead and blend it out with a brush. This is the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. This is black face paint. Sometimes it's okay to say, hey, maybe my brand is not made for complexion. I'm gonna squeeze a pump of this on my forehead just right out the bottle so you guys can see that I'm literally not joking. We're gonna do a big blend of this, you guys. When we say that we want you guys to make shades for us, we don't mean to go to the lab and ask for minstrel show black. What we mean is to take the browns that you have made, create undertones, and do what you need to do in the lab so it's a darker shade of brown. This is the darkest shade 600, and as you guys can see in the bottle, literally jet black. The shade right next to it is shade 590. This is what it looks like in the bottle. Here is shade 600. You guys, there could be like 10 more shades in between these two shades. In addition to that, when we go to the actual website and we look at the swatch, not only is the swatch online literally jet black, there's literally only 4 or 5 shades for people that actually have dark complexions. Not really for black people, for being honest. Not only in 2024 is this so disgusting and disrespectful, but this needs to be pulled off the shelves.
So on top of this just being really insulting and it appearing that there has been no thought or care actually been put into this shade range, there is a video from Youthforia, because if you looked at the grid of all of the models wearing the foundation, 600 did not have a photo at all. It just kind of had like a swatch of the color. The owner of the company was over in Dubai and was literally at a mall and scouted a few guys there that she could like try the makeup on and take like a video with her iPhone, and then went and had a passport photo printed out so she could slap it up on her website with all of the professionally done photos.
2 days ago, I told you guys how stressed I was looking for a model for the darkest shade of Youthforia foundation before before launch. I don't have enough time to do a full photo shoot. I'm on the other side of the world, street casting and getting ghosted. Alvin and Jack graciously agreed to be our models. We don't have a ton of time. I went to a mall and decided to do a photo shoot at the mall. Here I am trying to be the videographer, but also the makeup artist on set. It was honestly so chaotic, but I found a camera store that agreed to email us a photo. It's just gonna have to. Here's the 2 darkest shade of Youthforia foundation. Trendy has more warmth. 100 is a cool neutral. And Alvin has great skin. I am applying it while holding the camera. It actually blends so easily into his skin. In all of our website photos, we always just do half a face of no makeup, half a face of Youthforia foundation. You can see the before and after, but he has great skin. This undertone was actually perfect. And then Jackson actually was so sweet. The entire time we were just talking about my journey trying to grow Youthforia. He was like, I hope your dreams come true. Same thing here, left side no makeup and right side with foundation. Then we were ready to pop into this passport photo booth and get some photos taken. I was a little bit skeptical about whether or not this would work out. Would it match the style of photos that we normally do? But wait, these photos turned out so well. Now our shade grid is finally complete. I'm so excited to launch these 10 new shades.
You know, honestly, it's giving that they just wanted to throw something out there to try to appease people and get them like off of their backs. This had the opposite effect. This, in my opinion, lets me know everything about Youthforia and the ownership of that company, because if you're just gonna slap together something real quick because you think it's gonna silence people, bitch, silence your sales.
This is shade 590. This is shade 600. How on earth did we go from this shade to this shade? There's no undertone, no depth, no dimension, and that's a problem. It goes far beyond it just being damn near black. I feel like we could have sat down with 590 a little bit longer, tweaked some undertones, added some more depth, added some more range, added a few more shades, and it would have ate. All that being said, obviously there are darker people than me. That was never something that I argued. However, I know that when it comes to the end of the spectrum of tone and color and complexion, I am of one of the darkest. I'm comparing the shade to black face paint because the shade literally lacks color at all because it's flat. It would not complement any skin tone, let alone the one that they're marketing it for. As you can see in these pictures, these don't even match the model that they're putting it on. Prior to that, the swatch page with all of the models literally just had a blank swatch of shade 600, and all of the other shades had models. So was this shade even tested on dark skin, or did you just lazily put it out there? When I thought it couldn't get worse, the model that she actually decided to put on there, she street casted in Dubai, swatched both of the foundations on this model, and of course the shades didn't match because 590 was too warm and 600 was literally black. And then she went to go get pictures from a Passport Center photo booth and used that picture as a swatch reference. So
if you were like me, then you have never heard of this brand Youthforia, so we were all sitting here learning about them together. Apparently they were on Shark Tank and they got an investment from Mark Cuban. And apparently at one time the owner of the company said that there was no budget when it came to this foundation. So I'm a little confused, and I think a lot of people out there are as well. If you're telling people there is no budget for your foundation, like as in money is no object, why the is this your shade range? Why are you literally coming out with blackface in a bottle? There are literally people out here that are trying to defend Youthforia on social media, saying that it's a mixing pigment and that people are supposed to use it to mix with the other shades to make their perfect shade. Number one, you must have not passed art class. And number two, who the wants to buy so many damn different bottles of foundation just so they can try to match their perfect one, especially when these foundation bottles are $50. But let's just for shits and giggles go with that real quick. Let's say that they did release this foundation as a pigment. Is that not a slap in the face to everyone else out there that was hoping to get their foundation range from Youthforia just to get a pigment that they then have to turn around and buy another foundation to hope that they get their perfect shade? So this is a really big topic of conversation over on TikTok right now, and everybody is chiming in on it. So you know that Glamzilla had to come forward and put her 2 cents in. Now she was getting asked about it down in her comment section, so she had every right, but she honestly, as I was sitting here watching the video of her talking about it, I was thinking to myself, she's saying like a whole lot of nothing and just making excuses for brands. It kind of made me think back to when Leo Skeppy was getting dragged because he made that video saying that just shut the up about brands and they don't need to cater to you. Remember? Well, somebody commented on one of Glamzilla's videos and said, how do you feel about the Youthforia shade range? So Glamzilla did upload a response video to that comment. She completely missed the mark with this one, and her audience is actually not very happy with her down in her comment section, and they're kind of dragging her.
How do I feel about the Youthforia shade range? Oh gosh, not during AAPI month. It's so sad. I can't even help an Asian sister out on this one because it was pretty messed up. And I will say, yes, I know they're a smaller brand. Yes, I know that we want 50 shades. Yes, that's a minimum. But the truth of the matter is you need the infrastructure and the money to deliver those 50 shades. That's it. It's a sad truth. Like, for example, L'Oreal, Lancome, Estee Lauder, MAC, Fenty Beauty, KVD. You need the money in order to produce those shades. And that doesn't go without saying though, because privately owned brands can do it. Smaller brands can do it. We've seen this through Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty does everything. Everything she does is for people, for us. One Size did this when they launched. Patrick Todd did this. Pat McGrath did this. Yeah, she doesn't have 50 shades, but she has 34 shades that are very balanced, that are very well thought out. Juvia's Place does this, but we only see this with brands that have diversity, inclusion, and us in their original thought process. We aren't an afterthought. That's why they come out and that's why they're successful, right? But again, no matter how many shades a brand can make, because beauty brands can make these. The pigments are there, the research is there, the labs can make those shades. The sad part is I'll say it again, if the retailer does not buy into it, if the retailer does not want you to have those on the market, it doesn't get made, right? So they won't be on the gondola, they won't be online. The best that they could do is put it on the brand website, but that doesn't get much traction. So it's a negative cycle, but hopefully we see change in the future. And it starts actually with the small brands. It starts with the small brands pushing for us to all be included in beauty, because we all do. But the powerhouses are gonna lead it because they have the money to do so. But it's not impossible. And it's so sad. It's AAPI month. What can I do? What can I do? What can we do? The facts are facts. Jet black is jet black.
Ma'am, I do not think this has anything to do with the retailers at all. I think this has to do with the company not wanting to put time and effort and actual money into a product. The fact that they bottled up literally a black pigment and thought that that was going to be okay and that was just going to fly. No, we're not going to sit here and we're not going to blame the retailers for this. We're going to blame the company and everyone that's working over there at Youthforia on this bullshit. And the reason that we're going to do that is because they came out and said before that there was no budget when they were making this foundation. Not no budget as in we don't have any money to make a good foundation. No money as in spend what you have to spend to come up with the best formula. So please miss me with that excuse, because it is 2024 and as you said in your video, the pigments are there and the labs can create these shades. There is no excuse. So I do want to read a few comments to you guys from underneath Glamzilla's video. The first one says, the fact it used one pigment is a little scary. No undertones and they couldn't find a model. To which Glamzilla responded, the brand blew up because of great marketing. The forefront of this was marketing, not diversity. That's the problem. Girl, what does that even mean? Are you trying to say that this brand released a literal black pigment, literally no depth, dimension, or nothing, just a flat black, and they thought that that was going to get them some attention online and people were going to talk about it and be like, ah, ha, ha, joke's on us. Bitch, this is not April Fool's Day. Another person said, are you and the Youthforia founder friends? Because you said a bunch of nothing. Number one, the founder said money isn't an issue. And number two, the whelp what can you do statement. Another person said, you said a whole lot of nothing. There's only one response to this. They're disgraceful and disgusting to the way that they have treated black women. I agree. Another person said, Glamzilla, you pissed me off for the last time. Never gonna listen to you sat there defending a brand that released blackface in a bottle. Girl, they are not happy with Miss Glamzilla. I wonder what story time she's gonna give everyone to try to get away from this drama. But I wonder if we're gonna get any of the OG beauty influencers talking about this, like the Jeffree Star, the Manny, the James. I guess only time will tell. That is it for this video, everyone. I hope that you did enjoy it. Please leave me whatever the emoji you want to leave down below. I'm gonna go get myself a snack and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.